welcome to Titanium Taurus Tarot, and today I'll be doing a reading for Gemini, okay? So this is for any planet or any placement you have of Gemini in your chart. If you do, great. If you don't, great as well. You probably have a message in here for you, so keep an ear out. And if you are a cross-watcher, I welcome you with open arms, because heaven knows I was a cross-watcher for many a video myself, so I get you and I got you. Now, with that being said, alright, I'll mention the decks I use as I use them. They'll also be in the description box below. I will use my intuition, and then when I mention that it is of utmost importance that you utilize your intuition, that's generally because I pulled a card and I just intuitively was saying something and it wasn't just the card's meaning. So the extra mile you should check out for yourself. Alright, so with that being said, my gorgeous Gemmies, please help me reach more people so I can help with this transition into 5D. That is my goal. I want to help as many people as I possibly can. So please like, share, and subscribe. Alright, and with that being said, my gorgeous Gemmies, let's get into your cards. So the first deck I'm going to use, oh, by the way, I'm going to mention the decks and I'll have them in the box below, in the description box below, is the Radleigh Valentine's Fairy Tarot deck. So, please, angels and guides. Okay. Anyone for the highest good. First card. Ace of Spring in the reverse. I mean, it flopped towards the left, which means it happened in the past, or it's happening super slowly, but then it just turned upside down, with the 9 of Spring at the bottom of the deck, followed by the 10 of Summer, as well as the Star. Okay. This is going to be an interesting read. Okay. So now I'm going to use the Brian Froud's Fairy Oracle to clarify. So, please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Gemmies, please come forward and clarify the first set. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Gemmies. Why are all these cards here in the direction they're in? And we got the Maiden with Tintin the Sylph, as well as He of the Fairy Sword, and the Bright Mother. Yeah. Okay. So, please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a... Oh, wait, I have to pull the second set first. That's interesting. And I have to read. Alright, so the first set begins with the Ace of Spring in the reverse. Now, the Ace of Spring would be the equivalent of Ace of Wands. So there's no new action. It's more like it's old action that you're continuously doing, or that you're continuously deciding to do, which in a way, seeing as you are different every single moment, you are a different person every single day, every single minute, it's a different choice that you're making, because you are not exactly the same as you were a minute ago or a day ago. You have evolved from that. So that's why you are making a different choice, just due to the fact that you are different in making that choice. I hope that makes sense. So we are continuously changing. If it's not your personality, it's the amount of cells you have in your body. I mean, you have a lot of cells dying and being born every single day within you. Alright? So it's just keeping that in mind. Then you have the 9 of Spring. Now, the 9 of Spring tells to protect the fruit of your labors, prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead, environmental conservation. I feel like you have decided to stick with something that you're doing that you've done before, and you decided to pick that one option every single time because it is something you want to go deeper in, go further in, understand better, or things of that sort. So that is, I think, why it says protect the fruits of your labor, because, I mean, people are going to possibly wonder, and this is where you need to use your intuition, okay? This is extra information. I feel it might be because of the fact that people might second guess you and will be like, why are you doing this? Why? This is a waste of time. I mean, I have people in my family who are like this. It's a waste of time. You should follow what I do. And I'm like, no, I'm going to do what I want to do. You know? I'm just saying. So utilize your intuition at this point. Okay, next you have the 10 of Summer. Now the 10 of Summer talks of an emotionally fulfilling life with family or friends, raising children wisely, people you can trust. That did not have any relevance. I just wanted to exhale. Basically, what this is saying is that, okay, yes, your family is going to berate you with reasons why you shouldn't be doing it, but your only reason should be, but it makes me feel good. And I feel like putting time and effort into it because it makes me feel good. You can, which is, you know, in like with a Scottish accent. Ooh. Yes. Thank God for Outlander. Anyway, so basically you're deciding to go after what you want because it makes you feel amazingly good, which is one of the things that you should be following. Your intuition is the thing that you should always follow. Even if I say something that is against your intuition, scrap what I said and follow your intuition. Okay? Next you have the Star card. Now the Star card talks of look to the future with hope and optimism, the power of faith to move mountains, happy changes that bring relief from challenging times. Now this is the hope, the promise for the future. This is the what you are aiming for. But I feel like the reason why you're getting so much resistance from the people around you is because you are trying to achieve that in a different way than what they're used to. You know? So, of course, you're going to meet some resistance, but that's totally fine. They can resist as much as they want until they see that you've made it big by doing what you want and not following their word. So, I'm just saying. Now, the first card clarifying it is the Maiden. Now, the Maiden stands for auspicious beginning, birth, hope, growth, and joy. I also wrote blank slate. Blank slate because if we utilize the example I gave, family members or friends who tell you, no, this is not right, you should do it my way, could also be a boss or a manager or what have you, okay? It's because they're coming from their own slate, and their own slate is full. They have experience, they have their experience, they don't have your experience. And so what a blank slate is that you come to a situation fully free of expectations and past memories, so that when you do start it, it's completely fresh. You have no prior things that keep you stuck or stuff of that nature. Then you have Tintin the Sylph. Now Tintin, alright, talks of acute intellect, quickness, mental synthesis, and discernment. Yeah. So at this point, with you deciding to follow what makes you happy with this 10 of Cups. This is you discerning between what is good and what isn't, what is useful and what isn't. That is what you are putting more importance on. You're utilizing your intuition. Then you have the He of the Fairy Sword, which talks of active principles, spiritual will, justice, and protection. So with this, you are protected in what you are doing. You are protected in this mind frame, in this perspective, in anything. You're being, well, people are, your intuition or your spiritual team has got you on the right path. And during being on this right path, okay, for the 70% of it, I can say, if not 90, you are going to be meeting up with resistance, and a ton of it, depending on who you're talking to. Because I know some people who are like so headstrong that if they tell you one thing at the start, they will not change their mind ever. Like ever. So, I mean, you're gonna have to be excessively strong charactered, and some of that happens by being able to nurture yourself and shelter yourself and be like, you know what? Shelter yourself in the sense of having people's comments bounce off of you. Just be like, okay, that's what you think. Now this is what I think. I don't want to follow what I think because what you think does not affect me. Okay? Other people's perspective about you can't and will not affect you at all, other than if you let it. It's a very important distinction to be made. Now, so please, angels and guides, anyone for the 9 of Autumn wanted to pop out, anyone for the highest good. Who has a message for my Gemmies? Please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Gemmies, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. And you have the 7 of Autumn. It's going to take some time. And the release card. And Strength. Oh, well, we can add the 5 of Spring in there. 5 of Spring. Yep. Okay. Okay. Alright. That was I don't know what that was. So please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Gemmies, please come forward and clarify the second set. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Gemmies, please come forward and clarify the second set. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Gemmies, please come forward and share. And you got the Singer of Connection. Ooh. With the Fawn at the bottom of the deck. Followed by, it'll be the Retriever. It'll be, yeah, as well as Epona's Wild Daughter. Spirit Dancer. It felt like smiling. And the Piper, as well as She of the Crutch. Alright, now. So, the second set starts off with the 7 of Autumn. Alright? So, the 7 of Autumn talks of have patience and don't worry. Take time to rest and plan your next steps. A prudent investment of time or money. You following what you love to do is, I feel, a prudent investment of time and money. I mean, even before I started this reading, for some reason, the writer of Eat, Pray, Love, yeah, came to mind. What's Elizabeth something or other? Where is that book? Oh well, it's okay. I will post that in the description box below. The book is all about it's all about creativity, big magic. That's it. I will add that into the description box below. Alright, so with the Seven of Autumn, it's basically saying that it is going to take some time, right, to arrive at what it is. Well, I forgot what I had to say. Have patience and don't worry. Take time to rest and plan your next steps. A prudent investment of time and money. Yeah, I talked about the investment of time and effort that you're putting in. Another idea came to mind, because it might take a little longer for you to understand what are the steps to be followed and what should be done. Because I feel that there are, please utilize your intuition here. Whenever I say I feel, use your intuition. There are things that must be worked through. There are things that must be let go of. There are things that must be understood. There are things that must be tweaked. It's going to take some time, because the release card talks of let go of the past, an ending that makes way for new opportunities, time to move on. So something wasn't worth the effort, wasn't really helping you get to your wanted objective, and that's why this card is saying let it go. Okay, and I feel like that is going to demand a lot of strength on your part, because it's not easy to let it go, to let go of something that meant so much to you for the longest time. But you are going to do that. You are going to let it go. And that you will let it go by having strength, which talks of the grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges, the power of kindness and forgiveness. Time to embrace how wonderful you are. Yeah, you're great, you're good, you are amazing. Or should I say, shamazing. I love that show. It was amazing. It's on Netflix. It's like a dating show in India. Give it a thumbs up. I love it. Alright, now the next card is the Five of Spring. Five of Spring talks of opposing goals arising from differing opinions, feeling at odds with yourself or others, overly ambitious people. This would be referring to the family members that were like, oh no, do this, stop doing what you're doing, do this, because they didn't think they know better, but they don't. So this is having a little bit of, this is what happens when you have overly ambitious people in your family, like me. I have a lot of overly ambitious people who think they know what's best for you when they don't, and they voice their opinion when not asked, but it's okay. They're family. I love them all the same. So the cards clarifying that are Singer Connection. Now the Singer Connection talks of spiritual connection, karma, balance, empathy. So I feel like you need empathy for the others, because they are trying to help you. Even the essence of it is that they are trying to help you while they are not so great themselves. Have you heard of the 60-40 rule? 60-40 rule is that people want to see you succeed up to the 60% mark. Once you go over that, they'll try to bring you back so that they don't feel left out in the cold, which means that they won't allow, if you let them, they won't allow you to succeed or reach heights that much of a height, because they don't want to be left out. But if you want to make them happy, well, I guess the thing is, if they let you, is to allow them to move up as well. But the thing is that to allow them to move up, you can't tell them what you did. They need to figure it out by themselves so that they feel like they've earned it. I hope I made myself clear. I mean, I was actually a part of a speech, of a training yesterday for people with handicap, because I've had handicaps myself, but they're mainly neurological or or psychological or whatever. It was all in my mind, so that in that case you can fix it. In any case, so basically what we ultimately came to the conclusion of is that, helping, when you have someone who has a disability, alright, it's all good that you want to help them, but ask them first. Because if you force your help on them, they might be annoyed. But if you suggest your help and they say no, at least you feel like you did your part, but the person still feels like they have their autonomy. They still have their ability, because don't forget, when people have a disability, I can tell you this from my personal experience, they have worked extremely hard to get to where they are right now and to do what they are doing. And so if you take that ability from them, they would be like, what are you doing? Exactly like older people who know how to drive. When they were young, it took a lot to learn how to drive, and then to keep it for such a long time. But if you take that away from them, they will, I'm talking from I know that my grandfather, my mom's dad was like that. He was very much unhappy when they took his car away, but the man was going to get into an accident. Or I think he did, like a small fender bender. And so in order to allow him not to get into a bigger one, they took his keys away. And he was unhappy. But that's for his best. For his best and highest good. Okay, and then you have, next card is the Faun. Now the Faun talks of understanding the nature of nature, natural wisdom, natural magic. It's understanding what you need to do in order to, I utilize that image because so people who mean well but who don't want to see you succeed, the only way you can help them be better, alright, is by becoming better yourself. And then that will force them to get out of get out of where they are at in order to be like, oh, okay, I can do this too. But they need to do it from their way. You can't force your way of thinking on them. They need to show you that they can, so that they feel like they did it. Then you have Ilby the Retriever. Now Ilby talks of office of unclaimed properties, hopes, wishes, and loyalties. So they hope and wish to be, what I'm getting is that people hope and wish to be better than everyone else. But sometimes, they need to feel like they have something to fight for them to actually put in the effort necessary to make it happen. Because let's just say what's better? Okay, give a man a fish or you teach him how to fish. Because if you give a man a fish, they will just have food for a day. If you teach a man to fish, they'll be able to eat during their entire life. So that is basically what I'm getting at. Next you have Epona's Wild Daughter. Now Epona's Wild Daughter talks of inner shadow, nightmare, depression, madness, and growth. What you want is people growing. What you want is people maturing. You don't want people to stay stuck where they are. No. So sometimes you need people who make you feel like you need to get out of your shell and like get stronger and create more. That is what you need. Next, you have Spirit Dancer. Now, Spirit Dancer talks of self-expression, freedom, and exploration. So, and as I said, they need to freely choose how they are going to accomplish their objective. Okay, how they are going to get there. They absolutely must do it by themselves, or else it won't be as long lasting. Then you have the Piper. Now the Piper, alright, talks of music, order, harmony, seduction, and empathy. And I feel like while they are on that path to understanding how they can get higher up, or what they can do to get out of this, this thing, they absolutely need to, you need to have empathy for them, to understand where they're coming from, and to also understand that if they're like short, bitchy, or something of that sort, when they're being impatient with you and they can't be the same as they were because they are no longer better than you. It's just a matter of being empathetic, understanding where they're coming from, and just having them want to beat you. They won't beat you because, I'm saying, once you understand how to continuously get better, which is you have to stay in the creation mode. You need to continuously create ways to get to where you want to get to. Be creative, right? Once you understand how to stay where you are, no one can take that away from you. They can only try, and they won't be able to. And then you have Shiv the Cruach. Now, Shiv the Cruach talks of the receptive principle, fertility, and nurturing. So, which is very apropos, or very well, like, that was really in alignment with what I was going to say, is that when you know what to do, you are basically receptive to the information that is coming to you from your surroundings. You're also very nurturing to yourself in regards to how to maintain this happening, and your mind will be a fertile zone to accept things coming your way. Now, please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Gemmies. Excuse me. Please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good. 10 of winter in the reverse. Well, there we have it. Pointing towards the right. What's pointing towards the right? 4 of summer, which would be the 4 of cups. What? 4 of cups with the 2 of winter at the bottom of the deck. Alright, so, the 4 of cups talks of pointing towards the right. Now, the 4 of cups talks of being distracted and failing to see a magical opportunity, taking someone or something for granted, discontentment with life. It's not being able to see what is right in front of you and the blessings that you already have in your life that are meant to help you reach the next stage. Then you have the 2 of winter. Now, the 2 of winter, alright, talks of indecision is holding you back. Make the choice that's best for you rather than trying to please others. Feeling trapped between the intellect and the mind and the emotional. So I feel like this is a suggestion. The best way to get out of that funk is to be able to make a decision that's best served for you rather than pleasing others. I feel like that. Okay, so I feel you feel the weight of other people's expectations on you, and that's possibly why you're stuck and you're choosing other people's happiness over yours at this moment. I don't know if that makes any sense. In any case, so now to clarify. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Gemmies, please come forward and share what they should expect by clarifying the third set. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Gemmies, please come forward and share what they should expect by clarifying the third set. Please, angels and guides, and the cards that are in the direction they are in. So you have the Olak Gnome. Olak Gnome. With the Unity card at the bottom of the deck. Followed by List of the Shadows. As well as Los Gunas. Yeah. Himself. And Sylvanus, as well as the Soul Shrinker and the Fairies of the Future and Ecstasis and the Lady of the Harvest and Penelope Dream Weaver, and that's it. Okay, so for the clarifying cards. So I feel like the thing to keep in mind is that you need to break a habit or a pattern. Something needs to change. You can't see what's in front of you because you're stuck between the heart and the mind, and that's because of something you've been, like a pattern you've had. You or someone you're dealing with has had this pattern continuously since very young age, possibly, and now these cards are saying it's time to let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Don't hold it back anymore. In order for you to unite with what you actually want, right? Because unity talks of union, mystical experience, and spiritual home. So you feel connected to your higher self, so that you can feel like you're in alignment with what you should be doing. Then you have List of the Shadows. Now, List talks of healing the shadows, addictions, bondage, and self-esteem. I feel like you are indecisive because you possibly haven't had the chance to make your own decision, right? You make your own decisions up to this point, and so this card is telling you make them, make your own decisions. And, you know, and be able to gain self-esteem. Next, you have Los Gunas. Now, Los Gunas talks of discovery of self. It says sunken treasure, discovery of self, and adventure. So it is about you going on the biggest adventure you can ever go on. It's the adventure of yourself. Figuring out what you do and what you do best, right? What is it that you really want, which is oddly enough in alignment with, well, not oddly enough, it's funnily enough in alignment with this set. Then you have Himself. Now, Himself talks of natural law, shamanic powers, life force, and magic. So once you figure out what it is that makes your heart sing, you will be able to tap into your magic. And be magical. Yeah. Now the next card is Sylvanus. Now Sylvanus talks of truth cutting through deception to gain clarity. So this is you being able to figure out what you need to do in order to make you happy. Yeah. Which is amazing. Then you have the Soul Shrinker. Now the Soul Shrinker at the very end talks of blessings. So when you are doing this exercise of understanding more about yourself, you will see, okay, excuse me, what you will see, what you will understand, should I say, is that you got the power in you to create whatever you want. Yeah. That in and of itself is a blessing. It is. It's the ability to say, hey, I can do that, and I'm gonna do it. That's when you'll be able to, well, that's when your suggestion is to tap into the fairies of the future. Now, the fairies of the future, alright, talks of be here now, guidance, forward moving. In order for you to see what is coming towards you from your surroundings, from your intuition, and all of those things. Because I feel like you might not notice if you are not present in every single moment, you most probably will not notice it. And by you noticing it, you will be able to tap into your ecstasy and joy, rapture, and your motivation. You will be over the moon with joy. And that will allow you to complete a cycle. Because the Lady of the Harvest talks of completion, release, grief, loss, and harvest. Now, I don't think grief and loss are, loss, you will lose the old part of you. I feel like you'll feel a tinge of grief for a little bit, but it won't be very long lived. Next, you have Penelope Dreamweaver. Now, Penelope, alright, talks of inspiration, magical dreams, and visions. And part of the reason why you kept on this path up until this point is because you had a magical dream, you had a vision, you had something to help you strive for better. Yes, which is amazing. You got the magic in you. Okay, so please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Geminis, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Geminis, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good, and you have the Queen of Summer with the 9 of Summer and the 3 of Spring. I love it. I love it. The Hermit, which will lead to the 6 of Autumn. I said the Sun card, but it's not the... well, it showed itself, so I'm going to take it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, actually, I don't need to take all these. You got the magic in you. Okay. Now. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, I use selenite. I think I mentioned that, but I'm going to say it again. Alright, so the first card you have is the Queen of Summer. Now, the Queen of Summer, alright, talks of listen to your heart, intuitive insights you can trust, taking care of others, perhaps too much. Excuse me. This is you getting in line with your intuition. Yet again, we have you listening to your intuition. So you're not playing around, are you? And once you do listen to your intuition, it will allow you to tap into the 9 of Autumn, 9 of Summer. 9 of Summer energy. And the 9 of Summer, okay, talks of wishes come true, dreams fulfilled, a magical time of life. So this week is going to be very magical. Interestingly enough, I said the title of the book I just remembered and I wrote down is Big Magic. So we're tapping into big magic this week. Yeah. Then you have the 3 of Spring. Now the 3 of Spring, alright, talks of Plan your next steps with an eye to the long term. Have patience. There are more good things to come. Satisfaction from a job well done. And this is, I feel, what the people that were expecting you to not be so successful if you didn't listen to them, they expected you to fail-ish. I feel like the person that's expecting you to fail-ish is a person who has been the boss for eons, who has the ability, who is used to having people follow their way. But you see, you went inside and you figured out what you needed to do. And this card, the Hermit, alright, talks of find or be a mentor. Take a break from society. A commitment to your spiritual growth. Yeah. You're going to find a mentor. Okay. Use your intuition at this point. Find a mentor or be a mentee. What speaks to you? What's in alignment with you? Then you have the Six of Autumn. Now I feel when you do become a mentor or become a mentee, it will be, when you do that, it will be an equal give and take. Possibly this time around. Maybe you've worked with this person prior, because I'm thinking of a past coach of mine who recently got in touch with me. Yes, so maybe it's going to be more equal give and take this time around. And not only that, I feel like you'll be able to tap into the Sun card's energy, which is Leo. And okay, first of all, so the Hermit would be Virgo. Yeah, the Hierophant is Taurus. Hermit is Virgo, and yeah, then this time around the work is going to be okay. So if you haven't dealt with a coach or mentor before, it's going to be your new coach or mentor, but you can be assured that it's going to be fair game. It's going to be in fairness. Okay. Then you have the Sun card. Now the Sun card, all right, talks of plans that work out perfectly, amazing ideas that lead to rewards and commendations, gratitude for blessings of life. Yeah, so this time around it's going to be so much better, I find. This time around things are going to be so much better because not only did you grow, but they did as well. But maybe not quite yet, is the only thing I have to say. Now, so to clarify, so please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Geminis, please come forward and clarify why all these cards are here in the upright. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Geminis, why are these cards here in the upright for the fourth set? And you got the Journeyman, movement forward. The Death card. And then undressing of a salad. As well as the Oakman. And the Dark Lady. If you like that card, wanted to come into the reading as well. Alright, so the clarifying cards. Now, the clarifying cards. Number one, with this new setup, alright, this time around, you will definitely be moving forward at a much quicker pace, which is amazing. Because the Journeyman talks of adventure, independence, polishing of skills, and travel. So it's forward movement. As you see, he's walking. It's kind of like the Fool in normal tarot. At least that's the image it's giving me. The carefree, going going wherever he wants. So I would say that this is like the Fool in normal tarot. Fool. Alright. So then you have the Death card. Now the reason why this adventure is possible is because something within you passed away in the past. And there was, well, with something ending, there's always a new beginning, because the Death card talks of naturally, timely ending, release, liberation. So something was freed in order to allow, like space was freed in order to allow new things to come in. Yep. Yippee doody. Next, you have the Undressing of a Salad. Now, the Undressing of a Salad, alright, talks of balance, talks of avoiding extremes, being impossible, and achieving the impossible. I feel like this person with who is identifying with this reading, alright, you, my Geminis, or your cross-watcher, one of you is the Smurf. I wrote on this card, okay, so the people in the background to me are like the little dudes in Mario that like scurry around at the bottom of the screen, while as the blue dude that's in the foreground is a Smurf. Those two are from completely different universes, completely different authors, completely different everything. And so I feel like your coach might bring a different perspective to you, something that you did not take into consideration prior, or something that they did not take into consideration prior. So something has shifted, and now the two completely different people with completely different backgrounds are now mingling. Okay? Are making nice. Trying to balance the situation in order to work together. Oh, okay. So what I got was that this blue dude is trying to win over the people in the background. Okay? He's trying to convince them of something, or at least get them to follow his lead. Probably because, I don't know, the reason might differ from person to person. But the main essence is that something changed and someone is trying to create something different. At this point, use your intuition. Because I'm just like, it's like I'm fishing for ideas, but it's at this point I don't know what to say because nothing's coming to mind. Next, you have the Oakman. Now the Oakman, alright, talks of strength, ancient wisdom, and depth. So, or maybe the blue dude is a teacher who is teaching the people in the background, ancient wisdom that he's trying to illustrate, because he's like balancing two pearls in his hands, and I don't know what he's illustrating, but he's illustrating something. So, or you can say that he's the teacher. That is also something new. Okay. He's trying to pass on some ancient wisdom to them, which makes me think of the the idea of people would think, like Egyptians without the gods would pass on knowledge to them. Right? They possibly did. Who knows? But imagine something like that. You're basically okay. So this blue dude, the Smurf, is actually sending them, trying to send to them some files of knowledge that they should download into their brain or into their mind, as in learn or what have you. And then you have the Dark Lady. Now the Dark Lady talks of unconscious powers and wisdom, rituals, mysteries, secrets. He's trying to teach them a secret that has been long forgotten. And that is what I get for this reading. So, my gorgeous Gemmies, that is all that I have for you guys this week. If you like this and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my price. Now, like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to be notified when I post new stuff, as well as leave me a comment, because I adore comments. I read them all. I might not answer all of them, but I absolutely read them all. And with that being said, my gorgeous Geminis, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye!